In the third section of our topic, which is the benign tumors of the larynx, now we will talk about the cystic lesions. We already talked about the solid non-neoplastic lesions. We discussed in the first section that the two categories of non-neoplastic tumors are the solid and the cystic. So we talked about solid ones in detail. Now let's move on to the three types of cystic lesions, and these are the ductal cyst, saccular cyst, and then we have laryngocele. Cystic lesions of the larynx, three types. We have ductal cyst, saccular cyst, and the laryngocele. These are the cystic lesions of the larynx. Remember, non-neoplastic lesions. They are not the true neoplasm. They form as a result of infection, degeneration, trauma, but not the true neoplasm are present. So these are the cystic growths which has a fluid in it. These are fluid-filled sacs, which are the cystic growths. So ductal cyst, saccular cyst, and laryngocele are the three types of cystic non-neoplastic tumors. First, the ductal cysts. Ductal cysts are the retention cysts. Any retention in the ducts can cause the ductal cyst, and they are mainly due to retention of secretions. You can see this is the ductal cyst and known as the retention cyst. Due to blockage of ducts by the seromucinous glands of laryngeal mucosa. We have glands in the mucosa. Function of these glands is to produce secretions, and when the ducts are blocked, the secretions are not properly drained or moved, so they are retained inside the duct. So they are known as the retention cyst, and it is due to the blockage of duct of the seromucinous gland, which produce mucus and the serous fluid. Seen in vallicula, aryepiglottic fold, and false chords, and ventricles, and piriform fossa. So all these are different sites where the ductal cysts are produced in the vallicula, aryepiglottic folds, false chords, and ventricles, and piriform fossa. And very good picture of the ductal cyst formed due to blockage of the ducts of the gland. Sometimes what happens, intracaudal cysts may occur on true chords similar to epidermoid inclusion cyst. Mainly it is formed, as we said here, on the false chord, but sometimes it also on the true chord, similar to epidermoid inclusion cyst. Symptoms are the hoarseness of the voice, cough, throat pain, dyspnea if it's large. So symptoms are pretty much the same as we saw in the vocal nodules, vocal polyps, causes hoarseness of the voice, it causes cough, pain in the throat, and difficulty in breathing if it is large, and it causes obstruction. Next type of the cyst is the saccular cyst, and this saccular cyst is formed as a result of obstruction to orifice of saccule, causes retention of secretion and distension of saccule, which present as cyst in laryngeal ventricle. So saccular cysts are formed due to distension of saccule in the laryngeal laryngeal ventricle, and it is due to obstruction of the orifice opening of the saccule in the laryngeal ventricle. Their anterior saccular cysts are present in anterior part of ventricle, obscure part of vocal cord, and the lateral saccular cysts are large and extend into false cord. Epiglottic fold may appear in the neck through thyrohyoid membrane as laryngocele. So two types of saccular cyst. We have anterior saccular cyst and then we have lateral saccular cyst. Anterior, they are present in the ventricle, cause partial obstruction, obscure part of the vocal cord. As compared to lateral, they are large and they can extend even into the neck through the thyrohyoid membrane as laryngocele. So these are two types of saccular cysts, anterior and lateral. Lateral is large and have more serious effect, can even extend into the neck. Next, the third type of cystic tumor or cystic non-neoplastic tumor of the larynx is the laryngocele. In this picture, you can see that's the laryngocele, a big swelling in the neck. It is an air-filled cystic swelling due to dilatation of the saccule. Like saccular cyst, that was due to the retention of secretion due to obstruction of the orifice of the saccule in the ventricle of the larynx. Laryngocele is also due to dilation of the saccule, but it is due to the air-filled cystic swelling. In this, there is no retention of the secretion, obstruction of the opening, but it is due to the air-filled, big air-filled sac is present, known as the laryngocele. Laryngocele can be internal, inside, confined within the larynx, present as distension of false vocal cords, distension of epiglottic fold. External laryngocele is distended saccule, herniates through thyroid membrane, and then it can even come in the neck also as a result of extension through the thyrohyoid membrane. So important, internal is inside, it confined to the larynx, present as distension of false cord and distension of epiglottic fold. The external ones, they herniate through the thyrohyoid membrane and it can be present in the neck, and it's a big swelling here. Presence in the neck. Then we have both internal or external type of laryngocele, which can be internally or externally. This is combined or mixed type of laryngocele. Both internal and external components seen in this type. Laryngocele arise from, what's the site of origin of laryngocele is from the raised transglottic air pressure. So if the transglottic air pressure increase, a cyst is formed. Laryngocele is formed because it's air-filled cystic swelling. So whenever the air pressure increases, it put the pressure and cause formation of laryngocele. Symptoms include hoarseness of the voice, cough, airway obstruction. External laryngocele usually present as swelling in the neck, reducible swelling. So as the air pressure decreases, usually with some maneuvers also, it's a reducible type of swelling. in the neck. Size increases coughing or performing Valsalva maneuver. So it's a reducible type. Some maneuvers like coughing and Valsalva maneuvers can increase the size of the laryngocele. Diagnosis is done by the indirect laryngoscopy. If it's a big swelling, we can see it on the just clinical examination also, but indirect laryngoscopy, soft tissue, anteroposterior picture, lateral view of the neck with the Valsalva, CT scan detects extent of lesion. So all these are different tests done for the diagnosis of the laryngocele. We have indirect laryngoscopy, anteroposterior picture or X-ray, lateral view of the neck with Valsalva maneuver, CT scan. So that's the CT scan of the meningocele, and then we have the pictures of the soft tissue and then indirect laryngoscopy. Treatment is surgical excision of laryngocele through external neck incision, marsupialization of internal laryngocele via laryngoscopy, and chances of recurrence occur with the marsupialization. Laryngocele in adults is associated with carcinoma causing saccule obstruction. So the treatment of laryngocele is by excision through the neck incision and also marsupialization of internal laryngocele. Recurrence is common. Sometimes it can cause associated with in adults with the carcinoma that can cause obstruction of the saccule. So cystic non-neoplastic lesions of the larynx, we mentioned that is the laryngocele. Then we have ductal cyst, saccular cyst, which are due to obstruction. Laryngocele is due to increased air pressure, and it's the air-filled cyst. So that was all about section 3. Thank you for watching Scardia.com.